YouTube, what is good? Today is Wednesday. I had a very good night last night on eBay. A lot of stuff all of a sudden sold out of nowhere. So let's see what sold and where it's heading. Let's get right down to business. First item on what's shipping, we have this beautiful Maryland authentic number 22 jersey. I believe this is a guy named Keith Booth, if I'm not mistaken. I forgot exactly. Funny story about this jersey. Someone came in like literally a week ago. He said, yo, do you still have that Maryland jersey? I said, yeah, it's in the back. I brought it out. He's like, how much you want for it? I'm like, I'll take 125. I have it on eBay for 150. He said, oh, is that the best you can do? I said, oh, you know what? 100 cash today. We can do that. He was like thinking about it, didn't know what to do, blah, 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 blah. Oh, maybe I'll come back in a couple weeks and grab it. Well, sorry, it's sold on eBay for 150 plus shipping. This beautiful piece is heading to Maryland, and that's what's first on what's shipping. Next up, we have this Lawrence Taylor Reebok Throwback Classics jersey. Funny story about Lawrence Taylor. I used to go to arena football games with my father. One day my father saw Lawrence Taylor there. He really wanted to get Lawrence Taylor to sign some stuff for me and my brother, and Lawrence Taylor gave him that look like, come on, man, don't blow up my spot. My dad proceeded to blow up his spot. Next thing you know, like 20 people came trying to get autographs from Lawrence Taylor, and he was not happy. I look back at that and I'm like, damn, Dad, that was messed up. You just blew up his spot. Anyway, this is heading overseas for about 50 plus shipping, and that's what's next on what's shipping. Next up on what's shipping, we have this pair of Dog Daddies. These are the Pure Moneys that have the translucent bottom that recently came out. This is a size 13. These are heading to Texas for about 60 plus shipping. These actually just came in like a day or two ago, so I'm very happy with the quick flip, and that's what's next on what's shipping. Next up on what's shipping, we have this pair of Flyknit Racers. This is an all black pair. This is a cool pair because someone found a pair that I had on eBay, Air Max Safaris. He ended up finding the store through eBay, pulled up, traded these in plus a bunch of other stuff for the Air Max Safaris. So it's really cool when that happens. I love when people find the store on eBay and pull up. Obviously, if that could happen all the time, I'd be very, very happy. Anyway, this pair is heading to Pennsylvania for about 75 plus shipping, and that's what's next on what's shipping. Next up on what's shipping, we have one of the best sneakers of all time, the Black Cement 3 with the Nike Air on the back. This pair is really beat up. It is heading to Georgia for about 130 plus shipping, and that's what's next on what's shipping. Next up on what's shipping, we have a pair that I literally just put on eBay yesterday. This is the Tinker Air Jordan 3 edition with the removable swooshes. This is a size 10 in dead stock condition in the red and white colorway. Funny thing about these is they're going for like 130 to 160 on GOAT and StockX. I took them in on trade. I paid about 100 for them. We put these on eBay for 150, and I woke up this morning and they sold. Very happy about that. These are heading overseas, and that's what's next on what's shipping. We're gonna go live. Just had a live sale. This is the Mellow 1 pre-owned. As you can see, 179. I don't even know if you can get that, but we definitely have these in store for 150 or 160. Probably would have taken 140. They just been sitting here. Next up on what's shipping, we have Air Jordan 7 Bordeaux. If you've been watching my videos, these sell quite often for me. This pair is in very good condition. Another pair that I had in store for about 150, 160 ended up selling on eBay for 180 plus shipping. These are heading to Maryland, and that's what's next on what's shipping. Next up on what's shipping, we have a beautiful face box. As you can see, Air Jordan 13. This is the wheat colorway. For the age, these are in very, very good condition. As you can see, fully intact. No signs of stress. Very nice sneaker. These are a size 8.5, and they are heading to Alabama for about 200 plus shipping. Not too mad about that. And that's what's next on what's shipping. Next up on what's shipping, we have a jersey that has been sitting in my apartment for a little bit now. In my apartment, I store a lot of jerseys in boxes and bags and whatnot. I don't have all the room in the world in this store. Very nice quality piece. I had it on eBay for about 180 plus shipping. I ended up selling it for 100 plus shipping. I'm not mad at the outcome just because it's just been sitting in my house and I could put that money towards something else. This piece is heading to Chicago and that's what's next on What's Shipping. Back with some more What's Shipping. Here we have a nice silver Tim Duncan, the big fundamental dry fit Nike jersey, size 52. This one had some marks on it. Thought about keeping it, wasn't really my style. So I had it on eBay for quite some time. I accepted a little over $100 plus shipping. This is heading overseas to some Asian guy. Again, I wish I knew where they were going because usually a lot of my jerseys go overseas, but I don't. So we're gonna pack this one up and get it shipped out. And that's what's next on What's Shipping. Next on What's Shipping, we have here a replacement box for the Air Jordan 6 Gatorade edition, the Gatorade green suede edition. Obviously they dropped a green suede edition as well as an orange and white edition. This pair does a lot better than the orange and white pair. This pair in a 13 is quite rare now. I think they go for about $450 or so, brand new with the box. This pair has a replacement box and it's sold for about $325 plus shipping. This pair is heading to California, and that's what's next on What's Shipping. YouTube, what's good? About to finish off the day, so we're gonna do a quick What's Shipping. Here we have a Nike Air Zoom Generation. This is the black Kings Rock colorway. Beautiful sneaker. I think people disrespect it since it's been re-retroed. This pair only sold for $100 plus shipping and is heading to Ohio, and that's what's next on What's Shipping. Last up for the night, we have a Adidas Yeezy 500 Stone. This 500 is a little different than the other ones because of the tongue. As you can see, it's just like a little different. This pair is used. It's sold for about $200 plus shipping. It is heading to an APO address, so I believe an army address of some sort. I'm not really too familiar what exactly that means, to be honest with you guys. But this is heading over there, and that's what's next on What's Shipping. Today is Thursday. Shouts to Buckalito, living luxurious over there on the carpet. Here we have 8 pairs. We're going to start off with these 2013 Chicagos. People come in and see them. They don't like them because they have the Jumpman on them, etc. These sold on GOAT for about $360. I believe I was only asking $300 in store. Here we have the black and white Air Jordan 1s. These sold for about $360 as well. I think for those I might have been asking a little bit less than that, like $350 in store. Those are heading out as well. Here we have the Air Jordan 1 Mellow Highs. These sold for about $170. They're in really good condition. I'm surprised they took so long to sell, but I guess it is a weird Jordan 1 collab. Here we have the Nike SB Dunk High De La Soul. These sold for the low, like $120, and that's a size 10.5. Here we have the Air Jordan 4 Alternate 89. These actually are somewhat hard to find nowadays. This used pair sold for about $165. Next up, we have the sneaker that almost made me tear apart this whole place. Used with no box. So I only had one shoe. I couldn't find the other shoe. Finally found it. Thankfully, this pair with no box sold for about $225. Next up, we got these all-white Air VaporMax Pluses. These sold for a bit over $100. And last but not least, we have this disgusting pair of Adidas Human Race, whatever they're called, tennis. This is a cloud colorway. I was about ready to just give these away, but they sold on GOAT for about $50. Super surprised about that, but now that I think about it, Louis Vuitton recently did the cloud collaboration. Maybe that's why all of a sudden someone wanted these. So we're gonna get these 8 pairs ready to go. I also have a bunch of stuff that I filmed yesterday that's shipping out. So yeah, that's what's next on What's Shipping. YouTube, what's good? Happy Friday. I'm in here early today packing some stuff up. So let's get right down to business and see what we're shipping out. First item we're shipping out is heading to New York. Here we have a Revenge Storm. I don't know if you guys are familiar with the Revenge Storms. They look like the Vans. They have the Thunderbolt on the side. They say that on the back. Kind of one of those weird hype sneakers. Anyway, this pair sold for about $120 plus shipping. It has the Velcro. These are heading to New York, and that's what's next on What's Shipping. Next up on What's Shipping, we have this MCM card holder wallet. This I took in on a trade. It sold for about $65 on eBay, and it is heading to Texas, and that's what's next on What's Shipping. Next up on what's shipping, we have these CDG Converses. These don't come with a box or laces, and they still sold. It did take quite some time for them to sell. It's not like it was an overnight thing. These were up there for, I'd say, probably a month, maybe a month and a half. So happy to ship these out. These are heading to Colorado. That's what's next on what's shipping. Next up on what's shipping, we have a sneaker that I really hate. This is the Puma Fenty Rihanna, whatever they're called. I'm gonna say, guys, don't buy these for resale. If you think you're gonna be able to resell them, they're really hard to sell. This pair I've had for quite some time. They haven't sold. They finally sold for about like 50 plus shipping. They're heading to California. The box and the sneaker itself is super heavy, so shipping it's gonna probably cost me like 20, 25 bucks. It is what it is. They're heading out. Lesson learned. That's what's next on what's shipping. Next up on what's shipping, we have an Air Jordan 11 Low Concord. Concord lows sell really well. These are pre-owned. They're heading to Elmwood Park, New Jersey, but I believe they're heading overseas. A lot of people overseas buy Concord lows. Not really sure why, but anyway, this is a size 11. It sold for about $190 plus shipping. Took these in on a trade, so I'm definitely happy with the outcome. These are heading to New Jersey, and that's what's next on what's shipping. Next up on what's shipping, we have this New Orleans Hornets Baron Davis B. Diddy Authentic jersey. This is a size 56. I've had this for quite some time now. I have the same jersey in a 48. They just don't sell for some reason. This one sold for about 40 plus shipping and is heading to California, and that's what's next on what's shipping. Next up on what's shipping, we have somewhat of a special one. Here we have a pair of original Nike Court Forces. I found these at a flea market and I paid about 20 or 25. I didn't really know what exactly I should pay for them, what exactly they'd be worth. I knew that they were really old. I knew that they have seen better days, but it was cool. So, you know, I kind of just like took a shot in the dark and said, hey, I'll just display these in my store if they don't sell. If they do sell, whatever. I had these online for quite some time now for 100 bucks. I had a guy from Tokyo making me multiple offers over and over. Finally, I told him to pay the 100 bucks and I'd send him back $8 US so he can, you know, save a little bit on shipping, and he accepted. So this pair right here is heading overseas, I believe to Tokyo, and that's what's next on what's shipping. YouTube, what's good? It's Friday night. Finally have some time real quick before closing to pack up some of these orders. Let's see what we got going out today. First up, we have this ever so classic Michelin S Vince Carter, aka Vince Sanity, authentic size 44. This jersey is faked a lot. If it's not Michelin S or Champion, it's probably fake. Those Nike ones like are really rare. If you're not paying $1,000 for a Nike one, the Nike one you got is probably fake as well. So this is heading overseas for way less than retail, and that's what's first on what's shipping. This is the Air Jordan 11 low blue snakeskin colorway. I feel as though this sneaker would have done a lot better if it released probably 10 years earlier than it did. Nevertheless, it still sells. It's still a nice pair. This is a size 9 in very good condition. These are heading to Georgia for about 200 plus shipping, and that's what's next on what's shipping. Next up on what's shipping, we have a pair of Air Jordan 5 Metallics. Great sneaker, one of my favorites. Obviously now that the off-whites are out, people are probably looking for random Air Jordan 5s. This pair is heading overseas for about 120 plus shipping. Definitely happy with the outcome because these are a little bit beat up, and that's what's next on what's shipping. Next up on what's shipping, we have this pair of Fear of God Essential sweat shorts. You know, just regular shorts that, because they say essentials, they're worth a lot more money, I guess. This pair sold for about 40 plus shipping, something like that. They are heading to Brooklyn, New York. Shouts to Brooklyn, and that's what's next on what's shipping. Next up on what's shipping, we have here a pair of Nike Zoom Freak 1s Giannis Antetokounmpo shoes. This is the Grease colorway. This pair is heading to Phoenix, Arizona, I believe. Really cool shoe. low top, backwards swoosh. I think people are going to look back for these like in years to come just because it's a nice low top basketball sneaker. I feel like that happens a lot with low top basketball kicks, and Giannis is also going to, you know, keep getting better and better, so I think his shoes will also start doing better and better as well. This pair sold for a smooth 80 plus shipping, and that's what's next on What's Shipping. Next up on What's Shipping, I have a pair that I thought would go for a lot more money. Here we have the Nike Dunk High Premium SB Iron Man Edition. I paid kind of high for these. I think I paid like $150. I ended up selling them for $175 plus shipping. These are heading to Maryland. Very cool colorway, very cool sneaker. Obviously the dunk craze and the SB craze is crazy right now, so everyone's looking for them. These are heading to Maryland, and that's what's next on What's Shipping. Next up on What's Shipping, we have a pair of Air Jordan 11 72 and 10s. This pair is pretty beat up, but you know, obviously we sold them for the low. This pair sold for about $120 plus shipping. This pair is heading to one of my favorite places, Atlantic City. Maybe it's a sign I gotta go back and try to run it up again. Probably will do that this weekend, who knows. This pair is heading over there, and that's what's next on What's Shipping. Next up on What's Shipping, we have this pair of Nike Element React 87s. Very cool colorway on these, but the React 87s just don't do as well as they did when they first dropped. This pair is used in a size 11 with no box. This pair is heading to Chicago for about $100 plus shipping. And that's what's next on What's Shipping. Next up on What's Shipping, we have this Nike Air Max Lunar 1. This pair is heading to Ohio. I bought a bunch of these sneakers yesterday for roughly $30 a pop. This pair sold for about $50 plus shipping. So after fees, I'm probably looking at a little, you know, $10, $15 profit. Not really mad about that. I'll take it. And that's what's next on What's Shipping. Next up on What's Shipping, we have quite the special one if you ask me. Here we have the Air Jordan 1 Shadow, one of my favorites, one of the greatest. This pair is a size 12. We put these on our Instagram. Someone hit us up via DM and wanted us to ship them out to him. I believe he's in Illinois, so we're gonna pack these up and get them shipped out, and that's what's next on What's Shipping. Last on the night for What's Shipping, this order just came in literally while I was filming the last segment just now. We have the Nike Kyrie Day of the Dead. These are size 13. I've had these for a very long time. They haven't sold. I was really surprised on why they haven't been selling. Maybe I priced them too high. I had them at $150. I've had offers of $80. I've had offers of $90. I've had offers of $100. I've had offers of $110. All these offers made me think like, oh, should I have just taken these offers? But lo and behold, all of a sudden we get that cha-ching, and these sold for $150 plus shipping, and they are heading to Washington, and that is what's next and last on this Friday night on What's Shipping.